Hi everybody, welcome to Green Sprout Living. Today I'm going to be doing some landscaping. It's a little bit off of what I usually do, but fall is the time for me to get some landscaping done, some cleanup, and I'm going to be dividing some perennials out and dispersing them throughout my yard. I love perennials because you can take one and make many. So come along with me and let's get some work done. I don't usually use this kind of potting mix, but it was on sale, so I mean I couldn't hardly resist. It's not ideal for probably your garden and stuff like that, but it'd be all right for what we're doing. So this is the landscaping that I'm going to clean up. I have all these black-eyed Susans that need trimmed down, and then there's a blank spot here, a little spot there, and then a spot down there that I want to fill in. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to take you around and show you kind of what my landscape is now. All of this landscaping started with 2 or 3 plants of each one, and I just keep every year splitting them in the fall and replanting them, and they just go wild. So if you're wanting a cheap landscaping that looks nice and full, these are some plants that are perfect for that. So I'll turn you around here and show you. First of all, this right here, the iris. I think I got 2 or 3 of those from my grandma, and they just keep multiplying and multiplying. They have real pretty flowers that bloom on them. We have, these look a little rough because, well, they're not ideal right here. They get a lot of sun right here. Hostas is actually like more shade, but they are still full, and they do look really pretty in the spring and fill out nicely. So these are the hostas, and I've got them planted here. This one here is a black-eyed Susan. It's going to seed, and I am actually taking off, I'm deadheading the black-eyed Susan now, or they would take this whole space over. I have hostases along this, and then this is the Live Forever, or the sedum. Butterflies really like that. Like I say, I just keep rotating them back and forth. Like, and all of this, irises, I've split them up so many times. I have irises along the fence here. This here I just planted last year, and look how big they get. They fill out the space nicely. So there's another Live Forever, irises, and I just keep doing that throughout my landscaping. Right now I'm going to dig up some of the hostases, and I'm going to plant them around my tree because I just think that'll look nice. I got that idea from my sister. Thank you, sister. So I am going to go ahead and get them started. Probably the next thing I'll do is kind of shape up my landscaping. I haven't decided yet on the other side of the fence whether I'm going to put hostases or irises. I'm just not sure. I also have phlox, which is like a creeping ground cover. So I may actually take some of that and put that in as well. So, all right, let's get busy getting to work. Okay guys, so the leaf forevers are super easy to propagate. Like if you need to trim them back, all you have to do pretty well is just, I'm gonna cut back behind this one. All right, so you literally just take the bottom parts, the bottom leaves off right here. It's hard to do with one hand, but take the bottom off and stick that in the ground, and that there will grow roots. These are the simplest plants I've ever had to propagate and regrow. Hospices are easy because you just have to dig them up, but these, you just literally take a cutting, stick them in the ground. So, and they're pretty. The butterflies absolutely love these. So I'm gonna get a whole bunch of these and start digging a little bit up of each one of my hostas. I don't want to take the whole thing up. I just want to take a little bit from each one of them and kind of clean this bed up too. Real quick, I want to show you just how easy it is to grow these live forevers. We put this deck on last year and I had it planted just like this, alternating hostas and live forever and irises. And I thought I dug up all of the plants underneath there, but let me show you, it doesn't even have very much sun. And if you look underneath here, they're growing underneath the deck. So these are super simple plants to grow. And like I say, the butterflies love them, the pollinators love them, and they're good landscaping. They're good for landscaping to fill in. So the only thing that I don't like about it, and maybe you guys can help me if you know anything about the live forevers, is it seems like about halfway through the season, they kind of spread open like this, and they don't stay full. I don't know if maybe that's bunnies trying to hide in the middle of them, or if it's just they get so top heavy, or if I should even trim them back before. So if you guys know how I can solve that problem, that would be great. Let me know. Comment below if you do. Now this is several different ones. Each one of these little sections right here, I'll break up and it'll be its own hosta plant. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 different plants I can get out of this bundle right here. So like I say, and I probably could even put that in the ground and it would grow. These things are amazing. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 trees that I want to go around. So I'll probably put maybe 4 around each tree. So I need to get 20 starts. That was one. I probably have 8, 9, 10, 14. I probably have close to what I need. I'm gonna go to a different one and kind of break it up. The ones that are getting too big. Actually, I think I'll take this out. I don't like it next to the shed. I think it gets too much sun and gets too hot. So I think I'll thin this one out too, and then I should be good to go. Okay, so we have put mulch around the bottoms of our trees for like the last few years. I'm not really for sure if underneath this mulch is going to be good dirt or if I'm going to have to put some dirt in. I would think as many years as we've put mulch there, it would have broken down, but some of it's, I'm sure, washed away. So I'm going to go ahead and get these planted, and if I need to, I'm going to use the bag soil to get them a good start. I'm going to put 4 hospices around each one of the trees, and they should fill out real nicely. If I need to later, I can plug in some more, and I do have the Live Forever that I may plug in a few of them. So this is what I'm hoping that it will look like. I'll kind of show a picture here of the idea that I have in my head. So this is what I'm hoping for. So we'll see if it works. The good thing about hospices is they don't need a real deep root system. So if you can get 2 or 3 inches into the ground, then you're probably good. So I'm thinking this will be fine. There's not as much dirt there as I figured there would be. A lot more roots. My puppies are barking at me. A lot more roots than I figured. So we'll have to probably add more soil in with it, which is fine. Okay, so I've enlisted some help from my husband. He's going to get a sharpshooter, whatever that is, because he says that'll be better. So he's going to dig some holes for me, and I'm going to plant the plants, and we're going to get this knocked out real quick. Yeah, like that's probably good.
Not very big around.
Yeah.
Like that?
Yep, that's perfect. That already makes it look nicer.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking the same thing.
Wait till they're completely filled in. Okay, 4 more to go.
What's the water so dark for?
That's fertilizer, the fish emulsion that I put in it.
Oh.
I've never fertilized them before, so we'll see here.
Well, I know how good they grow when you don't.
I know.
We may have to mow these down.
Okay. Okay, this one here is a variegated hosta. It actually was in my landscaping in the back, and I don't know, again, if it was getting too much sun or if it just didn't have enough water. It wasn't, this is as big as it's gotten. It's like 3 or 4 years old. So I'm gonna move it over here onto this side of the landscaping and see if I can get more starts, because this is the only variegated one that I have, and I would really like to get a lot more starts off of this one. So I'm gonna plant it right here to fill in this space. So I got to get Hercules to dig me a hole though. So we're going to pause here.
We're going to have to look for him.
I found him. Hercules!
Yeah.
Dig me a hole, honey. But like centered in between them. Tell the root ball of hosta is pretty shallow, so you don't have to dig a super deep hole to put them in. They'll go right here at the surface. So I'm going to fill it up with the potting soil on the bottom just a little bit. Get it all over my mulch. And then I'm just going to set it right in, and then cover it with, because it'll settle with the rain and things. So I'm going to fill in the hole with potting soil. Pretty simple, just like any other plant that you transplant. Just make sure you get it shoved down in there so there's no air holes or anything like that. That's another reason that they say that you should water in, because that helps the soil settle in between the roots of the plant. All right, guys, thanks a lot for coming along with me and doing some landscaping. I hope that you enjoyed the video. I hope you got a little bit of information from it. One of the things that I can remember a lady telling me is you can transplant anything as long as there is an R in that month. So probably because all of the months that don't have an R is like right in the middle of summer, so it's too hot to transplant. But I hope that you can get a little bit from this. I hope you learned that landscaping your house can be super simple and super inexpensive. So I always do my landscaping and tidy up and transplanting and things like that in the fall, because the summer and the springtime I am super busy in the garden trying to get it planted out. So I leave all my landscaping for my fall. So leave a comment below if there is any of the perennials that you like to use in your landscaping that are super inexpensive and easy to propagate. I hope you liked it. I hope you subscribe, and I'll see you here on the next video. Bye-bye. All right. This is it. Ta-da!